full force type stuff. You know what I mean? I thought it was like it was a hard shot, but it wasn't. Like I just hit him so clean, like where I hit him at, snapped his neck and everything. And if you know, if somebody neck turn like that,
now you gotta wait. Now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting through the mud.
But back down from that, I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would it?
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is pumped for his rematch against Lamont Roach. In their first fight, Tank did a lot of talking but couldn't deliver. Now, he's sharper, more aggressive, and fully set on ending it with a knockout. Fans are gearing up for an intense, action-filled battle as Tank aims for a powerful comeback. The tension is high, especially after their heated exchange during an exclusive Fox interview.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
I rule the weekend. I rule the weekend for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis's recent draw with Lamont Roach has shaken fans and experts alike. Once celebrated for his knockout power and undefeated run, Davis is now under intense scrutiny. Boxing analyst Tim Bradley noted that Davis's reputation took a hit from the fight and stressed that he needs to rebuild his image quickly. He also predicted that a rematch wouldn't last beyond 6 rounds, adding extra pressure on Davis to deliver a dominant comeback.
Like a real businessman now, you know. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of toned it and tamed it, calmed it and tamed it down, toned it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on the show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it?
Nah, there's too many holes in the game of too many holes. Too many holes can improve in or improve on, and you know they're gonna come back and they're gonna put their best foot forward, bro. But like, look, if this shit don't motivate you, Tank, you know, the fact you got to draw, the fact that you had a big fight lined up with Jake Paul after this, and now you got to wait, and now you got to do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, his name right now is getting drugged through the mud. You know, and all those fans that was on his side, bro, a lot of them are switching teams now, you know? So, you know, look, he got a lot to prove, not only to himself, but a lot to prove to his fans and his fan base out there. So he go back in there, had his rematch, and he do what he's supposed to do, like he's supposed to do the first time around, then all the shit that happened in the past swept under the rug. Because that's just how, you know, the fans is and the sport is. You know, and then he moves on.
Lamont Roach is brimming with confidence ahead of his rematch with Gervonta Davis. In a recent interview, he stated that he fully believes in his abilities and feels completely ready to face Davis once more.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents. Everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this shit. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Like, I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would it?
Lamont Roach Sr., his father and trainer, commended his son's focus and commitment in training. While he's uncertain about Gervonta Davis's current mindset or the rematch date, he's confident that his son is working hard and staying prepared.
Like I expected, but I knew my son was game. Training camp, he was so focused and locked in. I knew that we was gonna put on a great performance, and it was kind of like stolen away from him a little bit with the decision. But the world got to see how good he is, so that's the plus to come out of this. So he really stamped himself in the boxing world more so with this performance. So like I say, that's why it's bittersweet.
Is it
we get it? We talked to the team. You know, he fresh off. He's fresh off this fight just like everyone else, you know what I'm saying? He might be talking off some whispers or things like that, but I don't know his plans. I don't know his management team and stuff like that. But I know the fans want the rematch, and you should get the fans what they want.
Do you think we could see a rematch take place back in Washington now?
That'd be great. Why not? They just broke the Barclay gate, so I think it'll sell out fast back home.
The first fight between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach ended in a majority draw, sparking widespread debate in the boxing world. Prominent promoter Eddie Hearn was outspoken, saying Davis should have lost and even suggested a point should have been deducted. The controversial result has intensified calls for a rematch to finally settle the score.
Second fight, Gervonta.
Maybe not. I mean, I think he's had a result, to be honest with you, because one, he should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticised the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So, yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter. It won't be easy.
Trainer Greg Hackett admitted the first fight was difficult to judge and said picking a winner for the rematch is just as challenging. He noted that both fighters have the talent and determination to win, making the upcoming bout even more thrilling. Julian Gonzalez added that Davis and Roach will give their all, showing just how evenly matched this rivalry truly is.
You got to learn from the first fight. You got to learn from the first fight, and you got to bring something different. But at the same time, you still got to be careful. That goes for both sides. You can't pick a winner. The fight was too good. You can't pick a winner. I see where Lamont neutralized Tank, and I see where Tank neutralized Lamont. Somebody gotta go even further. This might be one of them Jones, man. We might see 3 of these. No bullshit. We might see 3 of these Jones.
Is this a lesson to boxing fans?
Renowned boxer Claressa Shields emphasized the importance of mental health ahead of the rematch. She raised concerns about some of Gervonta Davis's aggressive remarks, suggesting he might benefit from therapy to address deeper issues. Shields noted that focusing on his mental well-being could not only help Davis personally, but also enhance his performance in the ring.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff, when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought four main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters. And it's just like, to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids and, he's not signed with TMT.
Mayweather.
Promotions, anymore. Yeah. It's like when I hear him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy. Yeah.
I think he would be better, and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight. So I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank, because to me, he just needs to take some serious time to deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that. So it can be very, very tough. So I just hope that he gets the help.
If Gervonta Davis opts out of the rematch, Lamont Roach already has other plans. He's been in discussions with Shakur Stevenson and is also open to facing Keyshawn Davis or Vasily Lomachenko if Lomachenko is still active. These potential fights highlight Roach's drive to compete at the highest level, regardless of Davis's decision.
Now, let's say this fight with Tank doesn't happen for some reason, knock on wood for y'all. Who would you want to fight next, and what would be the next contender, whether it be at 135 or at 130?
So if it's at 135, obviously it's gonna be a champ. You got Shakur Stevenson, you got Keyshawn Davis, and Lomachenko if he not retired. We already talked to Shakur, that we like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like he on board. So
he on board. What do you mean?
Like I talked to him like personally, like me and him, and he was like, you know, we can run it. If you know, if he not gonna give you the fight, even before the fight, he was like, after you win, we can unify. I was like, for sure.
Rising star Keyshawn Davis has shown interest in facing Lamont Roach before the anticipated rematch with Gervonta Davis. He suggested the rematch might come later, signaling that he's ready and eager to take on Roach in the meantime. This development adds even more excitement to the already intense lightweight division.
So he fights somebody, it's the same thing that we're saying about Tank, right? Like, he fights somebody that that's a lot lighter than him. He takes that fight and he gets whooped by Bud. That shit just kind of changes the narrative a little bit.
I feel like the only point if I could, in the perfect world, if I could have it, like how I want to have it, thank God Lamont Roach made a name for 135 division because we needed somebody. Okay. Let's be real. So now we got a new person. Thank God. So now we got Lamont Roach. If I can have it my way, Shakur and Tank, y'all go ahead and fight. Y'all go ahead and do that. Y'all go ahead and do that. Let me fight Lamont.
I like that.
Y'all don't rematch just yet. Cause y'all still gonna have to rematch. Y'all still can rematch.
Yeah.
However it go between me, Lamont, and Shakur and Tank.
Yeah.
However it go, y'all still can rematch.
Word? You ain't lying.
That's the businessman right there.
And that's two mega fights. That's a mega fight for Gervonta, and that's another big fight for Lamont.
Yeah.
And then Lamont still can go off.
Gilberto Mendoza, president of the World Boxing Association, WBA, has emphasized that he wants the rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach to take place. He highlighted the need to settle the controversy from their first fight and produce a definitive outcome. Mendoza's focus underscores just how significant this matchup is for the boxing world.
Apparently it's been reported that the WBA president, Gervonta Mendoza, will apparently pursue a rematch between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach after that controversial majority draw decision. Like many others, including myself, we were absolutely disgusted by that decision. It feels like that it was an absolute robbery for Lamont Roach, as I do think he deserved to get the W. Especially for Lamont, he deserves that rematch, especially when he proved all the doubters, including myself, that he deserves to be in the ring with Tank Davis. If this doesn't happen for whatever reason, then apparently Shakur Stevenson has offered a chance to Lamont to go for his title, which would be great, to be honest with you. And something should be done about that referee. I mean, that was absolutely disgraceful for what he did over there. And he's the reason why Lamont really didn't get that W, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure nothing will happen. Guys, with all of this happening, let me know what you all think.
Boxer Lonnie B has praised Lamont Roach, highlighting his potential to become a world champion. He noted Roach's determination and confident, clear communication as signs that he's prepared to take charge in the upcoming fight against Gervonta Davis. Lonnie B's endorsement further boosts Roach's growing reputation in the boxing world.
I gotta go with Tank, because he got that equalizer. It's only a matter of time before he land, but I will say this, shout out to Lamont Roach, man. I like the way he's talking. He's talking like a champion. He ain't showing Tank no respect. See, those my kind of dudes. When dudes get opportunity like this and they rise to the occasion and they don't let the media and their opponent and the politics bully them, they fight back. Like, yo, I don't care what he did to who, he fighting me, and I don't care how many of y'all praise him and worship him, he's going to sleep. And Lamont Roach talking a good game, but he got to fight one. It's a big difference when you talking and on fight night, when you walk out to that arena, and it's a whole different ball game. So if he can deal with the pressure and deal with everything leading up to the fight like a champion, I believe, now mind you, that might not translate to a win, but a star can be born. And if he give Tank a good fight and don't get stopped and give Tank a good fight, a star can be born.
Coach Bernie emphasized that Lamont Roach needs to refine his strategy for the rematch. While he praised Roach's strong performance in the first fight, he pointed out moments where greater aggression could have shifted the momentum. His guidance suggests that smart adjustments could be crucial for Roach to secure a victory this time.
Documentary, but he did good, Lamont Roach. But only thing, like I say, if he gonna go back and wish he threw his hands more, he might start getting mad at himself and realize that when he watches the fight. It feels good to hear everybody say that, but when you go watch the fight and you realize, I let him slide too much. Like even the last round, he's standing there posing, looking at the man like and then he got caught with a jab. That wasn't good.
Many fans thought Gervonta Davis would have no trouble with Lamont Roach, especially with Roach moving up in weight. However, Roach surprised everyone with his toughness and competitive performance. He stood strong against Davis's power and kept the pressure on throughout the fight. That performance not only boosted Roach's confidence but also shifted fans' expectations for the upcoming rematch.
Nobody, and I repeat, nobody likes ties in a damn boxing fight, bro. A tie? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like around round 8 or 9, that was going crazy. Like it was back and forth and everything, but like, come on now, stop it. Stop. Davis was supposed to get that fight, bro. He was supposed to win, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who's ever in charge, bro, if it ends in a tie, y'all are going to immediately fight until somebody gets knocked out. Simple as that. Whoever falls first loses. It is that simple, bro. It is that simple. Because if they do a rematch and it's lamer than this fight, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So you might as well fight immediately right after that. Like what are we doing? A tie? Cap. I call cap.
Julian Gonzalez believes Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach will give it their all in the rematch. He noted that their first fight was extremely close with no clear winner. This time, he expects both fighters to push even harder, knowing what's at stake. Davis, eager to restore his reputation, will likely be more aggressive, while Roach, confident in his abilities, will aim to prove he belongs among boxing's elite. Gonzalez predicts an intense showdown, with both men making crucial adjustments to secure a decisive victory.
Who do you feel like wins the rematch?
Who wins the rematch?
Yeah.
They're both gonna come ready again. See, the first one was a tough one too. I had Lamont pulling off. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, smudge. Like I wasn't mad at the draw. You know.
Gary Russell Jr. shared his view on the first fight, saying Lamont Roach held his own against Gervonta Davis but didn't do enough to claim the win. He emphasized that when facing a champion like Davis, you need to clearly outbox him to come out on top. His remarks highlight just how challenging the rematch will be for Roach and the high level of performance required to win. The upcoming rematch between Davis and Roach is packed with storylines, redemption, controversy, and ambition. Davis is determined to restore his reputation, while Roach aims to prove he belongs among boxing's elite. With expert opinions, mental health discussions, and potential alternative matchups in play, this rematch has become one of the most anticipated events in boxing, with fans eager to see how this intense rivalry will finally be settled.
He's 100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up a round. Because whenever you have rounds where nobody's doing anything, I'm not just going to do what most people do, and especially people that don't like Gervonta Davis, which is just give the round to the other guy because Gervonta Davis didn't manage to knock him out that round. Okay, so this is Gary Russell Jr. clearly saying, man, no, I don't think Lamont Roach won that fight. You also had Al Bernstein, and Al Bernstein, I'm telling you, is a very, very straight, fair guy who I don't know if he was on that call, but he used to work with Showtime. I don't know if he was on there. I don't recall if I heard him. I think it was Rolly Ronaldo that was calling it. But Al Bernstein, who was a very, very objective person, said, hey, look, no, sorry to break it to you, but Gervonta Davis won that fight. Yeah, Lamont Roach put up a really good fight, but Lamont Roach was not dynamic. He did not do anything to really separate himself from Gervonta Davis. He just kept it equal. He just tried to keep it even the entire fight. And that's not enough, again, to take the belt from the champion. Now, I do want to say that the people that thought that Lamont Roach won, I don't have any problem with that. I really don't have a problem with it at all. I personally, again, had a point for Gervonta Davis, but I could see how those swing rounds really could go depending on who's looking at it, really could go different ways, right? But I had him winning. Lamont, the Larry Hazard, who was the ref, who was calling it on the air.
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates. See you next time.